Welcome to my channel Math of Physics Academy, and today we are going to talk about combustion and flame chapter, which is a chapter in chemistry in 8th standard of CBSE, and it's not a very difficult topic. It's a general topic which we should be aware of combustion and flame. Advantages are also there, disadvantages are also there. Let's go little deeper into the concept of chemistry, that is combustion chapter. So here you can have a glance. Every day we can say that the cooked food is coming to our table, since from morning breakfast to the dinner in the evening. It's all possible because of combustion. Some way or the other, some materials are being burned, and then food is cooked at proper temperature, and whatever the ingredients had to be added in the food, it is added, mixed well, and then it is served on the plate, and we enjoy and we say, wow. Simply we say, wow. So this wow, when we utter the word wow, so fine, super duper, I felt highly satisfied. My hunger has got quenched completely. When we say like this, it is not so simple. The process behind this combustion is little bigger. We want to discuss about that particular process only. Okay? So you can see, have a glance of this photo in which a matchstick has caught fire, and by utilizing that fire we either burn a candle, means we light the candle, or we light the burner of the stove in which gases are burned, and many more. Even we can say that when we start our engine in our vehicle, whether it is two-wheeler, four-wheeler, in some way or the other, we are making the fuel. What is the fuel in the vehicle? Either it is diesel, or it is petrol, or it is compressed natural gas, CNG, or it is piped natural gas, PNG, or it is biofuel gas. Yes, it is CBG, compressed biogas. Nowadays all these fuel are available, and we are using it in our vehicle for transportation. And all fuels, all these burning materials which I have said, even kerosene in our home, even wood, paper, charcoal, all these burning materials are burned. When we burn it, then some heat is produced, and then heat is produced, then further work is done, and we enjoy that one. So I hope that by this time you would have completely understood what is combustion. Yes, I am talking about combustion. Right? Yes. So combustion is a chemical process. Combustion is a chemical process in which burning materials catches fire, and then it produces heat. It produces carbon dioxide. It produces moisture. Right? Any material, when it is burned, in presence of oxygen, of course. When it is burned in presence of oxygen. Then it produces moisture, it produces carbon dioxide gas, and it produces high amount of heat which we are utilizing for various purposes. Yes, you are right. Even this combustion can destroy many of the things. It is also used for destruction purpose. Not only for construction, it is also used for destruction purpose. So combustion is a chemical process. Yes, it is a chemical process. Okay, in which the burning material is burned. Burning material, all materials cannot be burned. Only few materials can be burned, which is called fuel. Yes, all burning materials is called fuel, that is burned in presence of oxygen, and as I said, it is producing carbon dioxide, moisture, that is water, and heat. Water is in the form, means moisture which will get vaporized. So I hope all of you have understood. Even in the figure you can see that I have given that if anything we want to burn, any fuel we want to burn, there is a requirement of 3 ingredients. One is oxygen, another one the material itself, and the third one sufficient amount of heat, which we will call as ignition temperature. So fuels are those burning materials which can be burned, which can be combusted successfully. Yes, third question is, what do you mean by ignition temperature? So ignition temperature is the lowest temperature which is required for a material to get burned. This ignition temperature differs from material to material, right? It may be the lowest one for some material, like you can say for petrol, for diesel, and it may be high for some material, like if we want to burn wood, yes, it needs high amount of ignition temperature. So each and every combustible material or fuel is assigned, or you can say it is having its own self-ignition temperature. Okay, ignition temperature, where if the heat is produced, if the heat is given to that particular material up to that particular temperature, it will be getting burned. It will start burning. So that lowest temperature, it's not the highest temperature, it's the lowest temperature at which any material starts burning, starts combusting, starts burning, is called ignition temperature. Okay, what are inflammable substances? So inflammable substances are those substances which can be burned. Some of the substances which cannot be burned, like stone cannot be burnt, okay, but cloth, paper, wood, charcoal, petrol, diesel, that fossil fuel, okay, plastic, all these materials in some way or the other can be burnt. Some can be burned readily, instantly it will start burning. Some will require some high temperature, high ignition temperature, and it will burn. So those substances which can be burned successfully are called inflammable substances. The combustion process, generally it is irreversible process in chemistry. Irreversible process. Reversible process are those process in which, or those chemical reactions in which after formation of the product, again we can revert back to the reactant separately. We can get the reactants back. But in combustion process, it is a chemical reaction or irreversible chemical reaction in which the burning materials will be converted into some another form, and we cannot revert the process. We cannot get the reactants again. Like if the petrol is burned in the vehicle, diesel is burned in the vehicle, liquefied petroleum gas is burned in gas stove, it is burned. We cannot bring back the petrol again. We cannot get the petrol or diesel back from that combustible material. Okay? So those substances which can be burned readily are called inflammable substances. Next, how do we control fire? See, simply burning the material will not solve the purpose. Sometimes it becomes uncontrollable. Like in forest, sometimes fires takes place and it becomes uncontrollable. It gets spread and spread. At that time, it will be causing heavy destruction, devastation, and you can say that sometimes it may affect human life, animal life. It will be affecting. So if we want to enjoy the combustion and flame in our home, it must be controlled, right? A controlled combustion is always advantageous. A controlled combustion in gas stove will be giving us good food and nutritious food. An uncontrolled combustion in gas stove will make the food to get destroyed, and sometimes it will destroy complete household. Full house will get caught with fire, and it has happened many times that due to some of the leakage of the gases from the gas cylinder or from the stove, the house is completely filled with fire. The moment fire is means that LPG gas stove has started working with a flame, immediately it has engulfed complete house in that fire. So we need to control fire. So how do we control fire? We control fire by controlling these three items which are required for combustion. That is, either by increasing or decreasing oxygen, and then heat and fuel. See, if we reduce the amount of fuel, control of fire will take place. If we reduce the amount of oxygen supplied to the combustion flame, automatically that combustion flame will be moving towards getting extinguished. It means we can control the fire. So the fire can be controlled either by cutting off the supply of oxygen, or cutting off the supply of heat, or removing the unburned fuel from the site. In this way we can control fire. And in this principle only, fire extinguishers are working. Okay. In our home, the best fire extinguishers available is water. Yes, water is an extinguisher. Water is an extinguisher. It immediately decreases the temperature of the burning material. But water cannot be used in all types of fire. Water can be used in the fire which is taking place in wood, in paper, in some solid materials. Right? But water cannot be used to extinguish fire if it has taken place in any electrical equipment. If the fire has taken place in oils, petrol, diesel, of course fire will not be able to extinguish it. Even if we will throw fire oil and petrol and diesel all are lighter than water, it will come on the surface and it will continue to burn. So water cannot be used on all types of fire extinguishers, right? As fire extinguisher. So there are various types of fire extinguishers are there, where we can say that water is the first one, then second one, carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Yes, carbon dioxide fire extinguisher can be used for electrical fire, can be used for even petrol and diesel where fire has taken place. Oil fire, yes, of course, we can use carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. In electrical equipment, even we can use chemical powder type, dry chemical fire extinguisher it is coming, dry chemical. So the powder will get spread on the electrical equipment immediately before applying any kind of fire extinguisher in electrical supply. We must switch off the electrical current first from the main switch. We must switch off. Otherwise, there are chances that the person who is extinguishing the fire may get electrical shock and one may die. So the principle of fire extinguisher works on cutting off the oxygen supply, cutting off the, or you can say reducing the temperature of the burning material, and removing the unburned fuel as early as possible. On these three principles, fire extinguishers are working. Then why are carbon dioxide extinguishers called as best extinguishers? Carbon dioxide extinguishers are called as best extinguishers because it can be used in any type of fire. All types of fire it can be used. Water cannot be used in all types of fire, but this particular CO2 extinguisher, carbon dioxide extinguisher, can be used in all kinds of fires. That's why it is best extinguisher. Okay. Now, how combustion takes place? Whether the combustion will be slow or it will be combusting or burning will take place rapidly, spontaneous, suddenly, or with a loud sound explosion, like in bombs. Explosion takes place with a loud sound. So rapid combustion is the process of combustion in which the burning material, after catching fire, the burning starts at a rapid rate, at a faster rate. Right? Once the wood, dry wood, will catch the fire properly, it will start burning rapidly. That is called rapid combustion. Spontaneous combustion within fraction of second, like petrol, diesel, CNG, compressed natural gas, yes, of course, liquefied petroleum gas in gas stove, spontaneous combustion will take place to its extreme condition. High temperature can be gained within a very short duration. That is called spontaneous combustion. Then coming to explosion. Yes. Then coming to explosion. So rapid combustion takes place at a faster pace. It starts from slow combustion, then slowly it is increasing. But spontaneous combustion takes place instantly. So wherever gases are burned, even rapid combustion, we can say gases also, it is burning at a rapid rate, gaseous combustion. Spontaneous combustion, where you can say sudden combustion will be taking place faster. All fuels, especially which fuel? LPG, petrol, diesel, spontaneous combustion takes place. Coming to explosion means where the burning will be taking place with a loud sound. It will produce loud sound, and generally this kind of combustion is destructive in nature. It will destroy the surrounding. It will destroy the materials where it is available. Even the sound energy produced by that particular type of combustion will destroy structures, buildings, and even the human being will get seriously affected with this type of explosion combustion. There is a requirement when we are going for various types of combustion, we must have a controlling method for all the combustion process. We must be having controlling method first. Extinguisher should be available, or we should be in a position to control the amount of oxygen, amount of heat, or the burning material. We should be in a position to control it. Right? So all these are combustion. Now we are talking about flame.
Welcome, sir.
Now next one is flame. So flame, what is flame? See, we can see in the figure itself that what is flame. This is, you can say that it is called a flame. Let me tell you, this is called a flame. In flame you can see that various portions are there, right? So wherever this type of flame is produced, when burning takes place with some kind of movement of flames upside, okay, along with the direction of air, so that is called flame. This is called flame. So whenever any material, matchstick is burning or gas stove is burning, candle is burning, we can say that flame is produced. In this flame, the outermost portion of the flame will be having maximum heat. Okay, outermost portion will be having maximum heat, whereas innermost portion will have less heat. There are various regions of flames are there. Okay, and you can see that charcoal, this charcoal produce is not burning with flame. It is not, it is only burning but not with flame. Combustion is taking place but not with flame. So their flame is not there. If a wood is burned, flame will produce. Right? So flames will have different parts, different triangles in it. And it is, those triangles means you can say brightest yellow and pale yellow. Like this, you can say colors will be produced. Bluish color, it will be having more amount of heat, more temperature in comparison to the temperature which is there in the yellowish region. So we have limited our discussion on combustion and flame in this particular video to here only, and in next video remaining portion of the chapter we will cover. So I hope you all have understood the chapter combustion and flame. It's very important. Combustion is playing a very important role in our life. We must understand that when this combustion will be useful for us and when this combustion will not be useful for us. We must have controlled fire, right? We must be in our home also. We should be aware how to use fire extinguisher. Generally in home we are not keeping fire extinguisher. We are only relying on water as extinguisher. But there is a requirement now. We all must have carbon dioxide fire extinguisher in our home and trichemical powder fire extinguisher in our home compulsorily. Right? Thank you very much.